CNBC TV18 presents Race Day.
Hello and welcome to the Race Day live here at the Mahalakshmi Racecourse in Mumbai, and we are moments away from the HDL Indian Oaks 2009 to begin. I'm Rishi Yadav.
And I'm Niyal Saad, and nobody would believe that today racing is what we're here for. There is a party at the racecourse like you would not believe.
Carnival is the right word. All the people turned up in their finest, colourful best, and well, we've tried our level best as well.
Well, we've tried, but eventually at the races, the Italian festival, the Italian European food festival is happening here today. But there's also a race we need to tell you about.
Exactly. So at that point, let's take a look at the Indian Oaks and where it all began. Take a look.
And they're away and racing.
The HDIL Indian Oaks is the penultimate challenge for any top 4-year-old filly. Run over the grueling trip of a mile and a half, this race separates the champions from the pretenders. The list of previous winners of this race reads like a who's who guide to the top broodmare bloodlines in the country. Recognized by racing aficionados as the highest accolade for any filly, this race has always provided scintillating finishes and sometimes, just sometimes, could even be a pointer to the Indian Derby. A brave battle on the track is in the offing, and this is a race you just don't want to miss.
Alright, so that's what the Indian Oaks is all about, but that's not all.
That's not all, of course. We have an Oaks to be run right now in a few minutes, and I think it's the best time to take a look at the top contenders, the top fillies in this race.
When this filly went down to Satellite by a mere 2 lengths in the 1,000 guineas, there was no shame in defeat that day. Icebreaker did her connections proud and ran her heart out. Coming off her multiple classic victories in Bangalore, this small compact filly has won many admirers in Western India, and trainer Padmanabhan, who has won this race twice before, would be hopeful that his 100th graded victory can be achieved in the Indian Oaks at Mumbai, the undisputed mecca of Indian racing.
The Icebreaker is very, very straightforward. She's very honest, very genuine. She has a great will to win.
Phenomenal won the Pune Derby over 2,000 meters in only the 3rd start of her career. As incredible as this may sound, her trainer Pacey Shroff chose the Indian 2,000 guineas as her first race back on the track in Mumbai.
Phenomenal won her 3rd start in Pune. It was the Pune Derby. She put up a good show. We have to see what sort of pace there is in the race, and depending on that, we'll ride her accordingly.
Her jockey, the legendary Malesh Naradu, chose to take her to the front in a high-class set and set a scorching pace that day. She still finished an unbelievable 6th in that race. Make no mistake, this filly has trained on from that run and will be right there at the finish.
I personally feel walking every morning that she's absolutely out and out stare, which this race will be the right race for her.
An impressive pedigree, coupled with a distinct splash of class. Originality carries the hopes of the largest racing operation in the country. Mr. Ramaswamy's absence from this centre has something to do with it, but the fact is that his stable is faring rather averagely in the Indian classics. Originality has never been campaigned over this grueling 2,400-metre trip, and if anybody can pull off this unlikely victory, it would have to be the racing Baron's yard. Her connections insist that she will stay the distance.
Originality will run a good race in the Oaks. She's got a lot of stamina and speed. She's one of the best contenders for the Oaks, and I hope she does it for us this year.
Dr. Vijay Mallya could have reduced the Oaks to a no contest had he chosen to run his star filly Satellite here, but he keeps her fresh for the Derby.
This year I've got 2 contenders. One is a filly called Congrats, who's a daughter of a filly called Congratulations, who won the Indian Oaks for Padmanabhan. And I also have a filly for Dr. Poonawalla called Nora. She was unlucky not to have partaken in the Guineas because she didn't get into the gates. She's had a start in between, and hopefully amongst the 2, I think Congrats is a better stayer.
His runner in this race, Congrats, doesn't seem to have the form to beat her more illustrious rivals. But horse racing is all about talent and luck. This big, long-striding filly seems to be fit. quite talented. And if she gets the luck of the race, well, maybe we'll get an opportunity to meet Dr. Malia and say congrats. Horse number 1, the Tractress, is trained by Elvia Deshmukh and ridden by Imran Chisti. Horse number 2, Barbara, is trained by Narendra Lagad and has S.A. D'Souza astride. Horse number 3, Congrats, is trained by that legendary trainer Imtiaz Seth and has the services of Harish to guide her fortunes. Horse number 4, Kofu, flies in from Calcutta for Pacey Shroff and is ridden by Niall McCullough. Horse number 5, Icebreaker, my favourite in this race, is trained by S. Padmanabhan and ridden by David Allen. Horse number 6, Nora, is trained by Imtiaz Seth and ridden by Daniel M. Grant. Horse number 7, Originality, Dr. Ramaswamy's runner, is trained by S. Ganpati and has his stable jockey B. Prakash astride. Horse number 8, Phenomenal, the Pune Derby winner, is trained by Pacey Shroff and Malesh Naraidu hopes to win this one with this filly. Horse number 9, Riyasat, is trained by Kuji Katrak and ridden by Y.S. Srinath. Horse number 10, Veera Wang, is trained by Altaf Hussain and ridden by Neeraj Rawal.
Well, Urvashi, it looks like a two-horse race. This race, the Oaks, is probably going to be between Phenomenal and Icebreaker.
All right, so we know who your top contenders are, but I'm wondering that we haven't made much headway with our drinks. So I think it's a good time for us to take a small little break. I spot a lot of celebrities around. I can see the Birlas and the Kapoors right here. We'll try and get you a piece of the action on the other side, so stay right there.
Don't go anywhere.